Welcome back, AI Explorers. We are excited to do another Midjourney Monday episode with you. And also, I'm here with my brother, Warren, who is a graphic designer and all-around AI expert. Welcome, Warren. Tell us what we're doing today.
Hey. All right, we're going to jump into some Vincent Van Gogh art. We're going to take a different twist to it, and this time we're going to talk about the chaos parameter. So I'm going to load up our Imagine prompt on Midjourney and paste in what we've already discussed. So Vincent, everybody's kind of familiar with Vincent Van Gogh's Starry Night, and we're going to reimagine it with a modern twist featuring some futuristic elements in a dreamlike quality, high definition, focused on the central subject. So there's going to be something that Midjourney creates with that, using Vincent Van Gogh's Starry Night as a beginning prompt. But the thing that I want our viewers to notice is the C1. So that C1 is chaos, and that element adds some nuance to it. And we're going to test out a couple of them. So C1, and the range goes from C0 to C1000. So we want to see what that's going to look like and how chaotic this scene can become. So we're going to hit this and set it in motion. And I'm going to start another one we're going to say C5, and just see what the difference, that subtle difference is between 1 and 5. And then we'll jump into some higher numbers.
Well, can I go ahead and plop in a higher number? You said 0 to 1,000?
Always.
So C500, here we go.
C500. Okay, this is going to be amazing.
Oh, it says between 0 and 100. Okay, never mind. Let's try this again.
Oh, so they've changed the definition from their site. Okay.
Okay, 0 and 100. Here we go. Let's go with C50. Ooh, I like what you're already making. Look at that. Looks good.
Okay, so obviously Midjourney knows what Starry Night looks like. It's been trained on that particular image. And as you can see, it changed. It's got some chaos. It changed it just a little bit. So we see the central element, a person in the bottom left and top right, where you can barely see the person in the bottom left and top left, bottom right. So now let's jump in to see what Chaos Parameter 5 did to Starry Night. So here we can see it definitely took a different tilt on what that looked like. So that bottom right one, it really strayed from that, added different colors, added different nuance to the image. Top left looks more akin to it, which is interesting that it chose that. And some of those others are just really fascinating. So let's see what yours did. Oh, wow.
So Chaos 50.
It took a different slant on it entirely. I'm really fascinated by its definition. It went with this kind of Monet impressionist in the top.
Yeah,
top
but look
right.
at the brush strokes. Like, I can kind of see the Starry Night influence in the top right image, you know?
Right. So it's just taking some nuance of it.
But I don't get the top left at all. Like, what's going on there?
Yeah, I don't know. I love the bottom left one with the kind of amethyst-looking gemstones in the ground. I think that's fantastic. So... But that's the chaos element. It's going to inject, it'll use that reference, whatever you reference, and we'll do a later one on the new feature that is reference, so you can get more consistent images. But you can see that chaos element really adds just kind of an odd or different sense to the thing. Yes, it will use that base, and you can see some of those elements, but the farther you get with that chaos number, you're going to get different results, as we've seen here.
Right. So it seems like in small doses, it's really great to add like a little bit of flavor or a little difference. But when I went way off, it just added a lot.
Yeah. So what do we have here? Okay. So
I just decided I wanted to do it also, 16 by 9, but also 9 by 16, and without any chaos at all. I was just curious.
Oh, but this one you added that photorealistic element.
Right. So. Yeah, I wanted it to be sci-fi and magic and that kind of thing, just to kind of see what would happen.
Yeah. Well, obviously, like our last week where we talk about Midjourney doing the photorealistic. Sorry. It adds those elements of what that realism may look like. I love some of these. These are
I
fantastic.
think it's neat. Yeah, look at the top right there with the spiral, and then let's look at the vertical version. That's pretty interesting as well. I kind of wonder what the original prompt looks like in a vertical version. I'm going to do that with just a little bit of chaos. Chaos 1, right? But 9 by 16.
Okay.
And let's see what we get.
I'm excited to see what it does.
Yeah. No, it's neat just to kind of see how it reinterprets it kind of in a similar dimension, landscape, but then also to see what it does with the other dimension where it's taller.
Yeah, and again, for our audience, you can change that aspect ratio to kind of any number. Originally, early on in Midjourney, you could only use a certain numbers, but you can now just kind of go with what you feel like. Square, 3 by 4 or 4 by 3, and just as we've shown here, 6 by 9, 9 by 16, and 16 by 9, and kind of any variation on that. My brother's used 7 by 2 for his D&D character models. So,
well, what I think is interesting though is the opportunity to size it for whatever you're working on, right? So, since graphic design projects are virtually infinite in terms of its size and dimensions, it's helpful to be able to create an image that fits any of those dimensions as well.
Right,
look at what it's got going on. Very cool.
So, it's obviously kept true to that central element theme throughout, really. And this is definitely interesting. And I love the top right with the planet kind of there. And the different colors and the nebula. So, again, that's the chaos element. It adds a little nuance to the prompt. And it can add some really interesting or fascinating or wrong even. I mean, you look at those prompts earlier and you're going to get some odd things, but that's where tinkering comes in. And as an artist, you have that fine-tuning possibility. So use the chaos prompt. It's fun.
Thanks everybody. We'll be back next Midjourney Monday.
All right.